I could notice the smell of a person, for example.
So it's not like you look first like at the nose or at the eyes or something.
Nowadays it's becoming more normal.
That was my first ever tattoo. We spent 13 hours on it.
Hair grows, that's a good thing.
Not teeth, yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Katya.
And I'm Maria.
Kind of unusual not to see Benjamin over here, but well, the topic was calling for us ladies, you know, because Maria and I are going to talk about appearance today, our personal experience, experiments, attitude, cosmetic surgery, and obviously we will provide some necessary vocabulary.
We will.
So let's start.
Let's go. Well, Katya, how often do you generally check your appearance in the mirror?
If we're talking about mirrors, not that often. I mean, in the morning when I do, you know, usual the washings and everything, in the evening before I go to sleep. But I work online, which means I have to constantly look at my face in Zoom camera. So it's kind of unavoidable. So I can say that I'm looking at myself, well, 5-6 hours a day.
Which is a pleasant experience.
Well, depends on the day, you know.
О, девочка, да.
There are good days, there are bad days. What about you?
I guess quite often. Well, in the morning, before I go to work and whenever I visit the bathroom, for example.
Do you have one of those like compact mirror, like pocket mirrors?
Yeah, I do. One of my students gave it to me, so I use it.
So how often do you look at yourself?
From time to time.
From time to time. Yeah. So when you look at a person, what is the first thing that you notice in their appearance?
I guess that it's maybe not some feature, but it's the general idea of how they look, maybe all the outfit and all the impression that they give to me. I would say like that. So what about you?
So it's not like you look first like at the nose or at the eyes or something like that?
Yeah, probably not. But then I start to look closer.
You know what? I've realized that, you know how in movies, they kind of draw the portraits of people. I've realized if I was asked to do that, I would not be able to remember anything because I don't pay much attention to like nose, the shape of the chin or something like that, the shape of the head. I just don't know. I think usually I pay more attention to, as you said, like general appearance.
Yeah.
And maybe the hair.
The hair, maybe, yeah. Maybe I could notice the smell of a person, for example. Because I'm a kinesthetic.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So, but then there are some features in the appearance that I tend to like more than other things. For example, I like maybe big prominent nose, like in a person's face, yeah. It seems appealing to me. Katya, do you think that people nowadays are too obsessed with their appearance?
Oh, that's a tricky question right there, huh? Well, on the one hand, I would say that some people might be too obsessed with their appearance. So that's why we have this booming industry of cosmetic surgery, aestheticians, beauticians, everything.
Так, позвольте, я на секунду подтяну вниз, а теперь отпущу. Ага.
The amount of services you can get, you know, in beauty industry is fascinating at the moment. But on the other hand, we do have this tendency of body positivity, of people accepting who they are. So I think that's a tricky question. In general, all in all, I would say no. People are not too obsessed.
Okay.
I would say to a normal degree. But what do you think?
I think I agree with you, yeah. Nowadays it's becoming more normal.
So in one way to kind of show what you have, you know, to highlight maybe your appearance is to use makeup. I can see you're not wearing much of makeup.
Yeah, usually no. Well, not usually. No, it's not my thing, yeah. Maybe a little bit of eyeliner for my eyebrows, sometimes lipstick. That's all. That's like full makeup for me.
Full makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, look at this. I think my bare minimum that I do every single day is the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, and a bit of highlighter to the inner corners of the eye and maybe on the cheekbones. Also, I own, I hope nobody will judge me, you know, but I own 40 different lipsticks.
Okay.
So I'm a huge fan of lipsticks. Very often I put that on no matter if I go outside or not. So I'm a fan of makeup.
Okay, sounds cool.
Can't do it much, but well, it is what it is. So when it comes to appearance, a lot of people get inspired by some sort of Instagram bloggers or celebrities. What about you? Is there anyone you are inspired by?
Not in terms of appearance, no. Like, absolutely. Well, sometimes maybe if I come across something interesting, I would watch it, but I don't follow anyone. What about you?
Well, if it's about appearance, probably not. But if we include the style and fashion, then yes, there are certain Instagram bloggers who I follow. I've been following them for like a couple of years because I like their style and I feel like I can relate to their style. They have almost the same type of figure, so I get ideas on how to combine colors, how to combine clothes. And
Is it about clothes or makeup or everything?
About clothing and fashion. About makeup, not as much.
Speaking of appearance, like on a more deeper level, do you think that cosmetic surgery is a thing now? Is it important? Is it popular?
Oh, for sure, you know.
And why?
That's a good question. I think people now just have an opportunity, a chance to deal with something that they're not really happy with.
It's more affordable now. I guess it's not as expensive as it used to be.
Absolutely. I once actually checked the prices in a local clinic just out of curiosity, you know, and I was shocked to see that, hey, it actually is affordable right now. So, and if people want to change something about themselves, why not?
Yeah, it's just you need to overcome this fear of surgery, which I have, for example. Katya, what was the biggest experiment that you have ever made with your appearance?
Well, this question is right up my alley. The biggest, it's kind of hard. I'm kind of torn between two things. Either having my hair dyed the very first time when I actually went to the salon to have my eyebrows shaped. And I came back from my break.
And you end up having your hair dyed. Wow.
Moreover, you know, it was pink, purple, and blue. So you can imagine your teacher, you know, like goes away for a break, for a lunch break, just to have the eyebrows shaped and then comes back with pink hair. I think this was the first one. The second one, I think, getting my first tattoo.
I think for me it's bigger. Yeah.
And the funny thing is that it was not this size. It goes from my ankle to my knee. That was my first ever tattoo. We spent 13 hours on it. A lot of pain and everything. So I think these are mine.
Imagine.
Well, what about yours?
I had my ear pierced when I was a teenager.
You mean like the earlobes of these parts?
Like additional holes. Yeah.
So like still on the earlobe, like.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I don't wear anything, just regular earrings. But yeah, I used it, and well, when I was 12, so it was pretty bold of me.
What about other types of piercings? Have you ever had your nose pierced, your eyebrows pierced? And what about hair?
Well, dyeing hair, yeah, it's my thing, but I don't necessarily see it as a bold or like experimental thing. It's normal for me. I
kind of like how Maria and we match, you know, in terms
yeah,
of hair
we
colors.
do.
So nothing too extreme then.
No, nothing too extreme. Well, I wanted my hair to be bright purple, but I ended up having this reddish color because, my hairdresser said that it would be better for me.
Any crazy hairstyles? I mean, haircuts?
Probably not. Nothing that I can remember. What about you? Shaved your hair?
No, never. But there's only one reason why I haven't. I don't like the shape of my skull, you know. But when I was around 11, I think, I used to have very, very long hair. And then I just cut it, had it cut up to this point. And that was so bold of me. And then for about 5 years, I had, you know, like a pixie cut. So yeah, now it's kind of crazy to think about those days. But yeah, I think this was the biggest haircut experiment.
Hair grows, that's a good thing.
Not teeth, yeah. So Marsha, let's discuss some vocabulary.
Okay,
but before we do, I actually have a thing to say to our viewers. If you're interested in the topic, we have a very cool episode of our podcast, Big Apple School podcast, on tattoos, piercings, dyed hair, and all of that. It was really fun to record, so make sure to check this out.
You were hosting it, right?
Yeah, kind of self-advertising, you know, right now. So, coming to vocabulary.
Yeah.
So, what are the ways of saying you're beautiful?
Вы видите это?
Да.
Я красотка!
apart from the typical you're beautiful, you're good looking, pretty, handsome.
I
yada,
like
yada,
the
yada.
word gorgeous, or for example, probably you can put an emphasis on it, like drop dead gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, like-
Okay. Oh yeah, if it's like 100 out of 10, just
Yeah, you will
Chef's
kill
kiss.
people by your beauty.
Speaking of kill, there's another phrase that means you're beautiful, which is be dressed to kill.
Okay, I heard a phrase "be dressed to impress," or
Be dressed to impress, be dressed to kill, but in this case, it's about specifically about clothing. So imagine you seeing someone there wearing an astonishing suit. Like, damn! You're dressed to kill today. What's the occasion?
yeah, dressed to fancy maybe.
Dressed to impress. See, there are so many synonyms to that. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Anything else that comes to mind?
Well, I think that it's maybe a little bit, I don't know, humiliating or something. Like someone is a 10 out of something, a 10 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10.
Well, I think it's very common. You know, there's this trend on TikTok and not YouTube, but Instagram, like, she's a 10 but, and then people say like, what is a but? But actually there is a phrase here,
yeah.
like someone is a 10, like stunning.
If we think of
Beautiful.
10 as a maximum points.
Another one that we can use, I think, is like smoking hot. But we need to remember that this is more about, you know, some sort of sexual assessment. So you wouldn't be telling that to everyone. Like, let's say to a friend you do not know well, or to a person you don't know well, you wouldn't be saying, "Oh, you look smoking hot." You would be like, excuse you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
It's too personal. It's getting too personal.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, maybe easy on the eyes, something like this.
Easy on the eyes, that's a good one. It's more about something really pleasant, nice. Yeah, so different degrees.
Okay, anything else that you have in mind?
I have a couple of phrases for you that are maybe not that widely used. So usually people might find them as new, unusual, very...
Maybe I even don't know them.
Oh, I think you do. I think you do. Okay, let's start with a simple one. Head turner.
Head toner.
Turner. Like to turn.
Turner. It means
Head
that
turner.
if people see this person, they would turn their heads.
Absolutely.
Yeah, makes
Absolutely.
sense. Makes sense.
Let's kind of complicate it a little bit.
Okay.
What if I say cut a dash? Cut a dash.
Actually, well, I understand that it has something to do with being beautiful, but I don't understand where it comes from.
It's not, you know what is interesting? It's not really about being beautiful, but it's more about being impressive, stylish.
Okay.
In your appearance, in your fashion, you know. I saw this being used about Kim Kardashian and some of her outfits, like, oh, she was really cutting a dash.
Like,
You know, with all
again,
this
she was
extravagant-
dressed to impress.
She was indeed dressed to impress, yeah.
Okay. Once I was watching a TV series, and then someone called another person a looker.
A looker.
Yeah, like she was a looker when she was younger. Like,
So a look in this case meaning she was fantastic.
yeah, she was looking good.
Looking good. Okay, I have one last for you, which might be not used as often, and I think it's more of a British one, but fleecy.
Does it have to do with the material?
To be soft and nice?
Yeah.
Well, not really. It's more like fleecy. It's like smoking hot, or let's say
Okay.
fresh AF, you know. But it's more of a slang one, so be careful. If you know my usual motto, when in doubt, leave it out. You're not sure how to use the word? First, make sure how to, and then use it in your
Slang
speech.
and idioms can be tricky. Okay, guys, thanks for being with us today. Thanks for watching the video. I hope that you found it useful, informative, and interesting for you. And please make sure to share your comments and remember to hit the subscribe and like buttons.
And I would like to remind you about two things. First, about our private chat on Telegram, where we share after show of the podcast, backstage photos, backstage videos. We talk to our followers there, and we even share memes. So make sure to become a part of it and become a part of our big Apple School community. And of course, we cannot finish without mentioning our beautiful website, which is bigappleschool.com, where you can find everything to make your English journey more fun and more interesting. We have articles, videos, grammar there. And if you want to sign up for classes with us, this is also the place to go. So make sure to check this out. That was Katya.
And that was Maria.
Stay tuned.